Okay, hopefully you can hear me. Apparently you can't hear Mando. This is I'm a bit behind here. This is a Roulette Rivals 9. I believe this is a winners bracket round 2. Soviet versus the buff guy. We're going to be going to Miami and Segale. They can hear me. Okay, they can hear me. That's good. We'll be traveling to Miami in around a minute. So I will run down the spin if Mando cannot get his mic working. Buff, obviously, an RR finalist, so definitely looking good. Soviet, a returning rival, but definitely not a slack in any way. He has gone very far in his competitions previously. Buff guy is always a bit of a formidable target.
Okay, they can hear me now, I believe. I think I fixed it. Yeah, they can
Awesome.
hear me. I can see it on my audio mixer. We're all good. Yeah. So a very scuffed intro here. But
yeah, I don't think I missed anything there, but I may have done.
We'll gloss over that in the edit. It'll be fine. This is what post is for.
Yeah, we went live like 5 seconds before the spin got here. That's just how it went.
Exactly. That. Funnily enough, that is exactly how it works. I'll edit in an intro by me. It'll be great. It'll be fine.
All right, do you want me to run this one down?
Yeah, please do.
We have Sierra Knox with a pair of scissors as Moses Lee, and we have Robert Knox with an amputation knife as Kronstadt security. Scissors. Where would you find? I know there's a pair of scissors in the Kronstadt building.
There's some above Sierra's garage in the little media pen, but it's like basically quite difficult to get in any guys because are very trouble.
Right. Okay. So that might be. So I'm seeing possibly a way to start. Actually, Soviet's going for a overpass start, which is equally as good. You can just end the race. As long as you get down to that podium quick enough, you can end the race on the first cycle. So
yeah, I was going to say, you should still give it time to get. Well, I mean, Moses is actually fairly easy to get when you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I know Buff is a fan of the dongle, but I think it will be. Yeah, it looks like he's going sugar. I think sugar is the best course, or maybe not. He's definitely a fan of dongle, but I would say sugar would be the best option, or even shots here.
Yeah, I mean, I personally like the sugar just because I feel like it's a lot harder to go wrong compared to the dongle.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people do the dongle and the snail, don't they? They combine them.
Yeah, if you've got a loadout slot free, then I find that shots is a good idea as well. You can just poison the shots with either a lethal or an emetic, and it ends the race, which is always a good one.
Buff's got some issues.
Yeah, I think he's trying to find the scissors here, isn't he? But he's having a. I'm guessing they're in this room here.
That insta compromise when he tried to take those shots.
Yeah, and I think Soviet got the first lap end there, so he's not in an illegal disguise though. That I believe that disguise is allowed in the Kronstadt garage.
No, I think the marshals are only allowed in the outer areas, not the garages.
Okay, so he might still be okay here with a. No, he is allowed in there, so he's not going to have an. So unless he has a snail, he doesn't have an illegal disguise for the peekaboo here. Could just get this. Okay. Okay, so he's going straight over for Moses by the looks of things.
Yeah, which.
Okay, snail for Moses, which I haven't seen before, but this.
Yeah, so he must be confident in a John Sierra.
Yep.
Although, yeah, I was going to say he did do this, so Sierra has won for him. So this is why Moses' celebration, which does keep Sierra in the garage a little bit longer, I believe, while she does her celebration.
Yeah, and I think it does also give you a few more points en route where you can get her.
Yeah, she will head over to the podium. Yeah. It's a good backup. Well, maybe not good, but it is a backup anyway.
Buff has the scissors. Amputation knife is obviously in the medical area, so that's not going to be hard to get. Going for a stash of some sort. Was that a trank?
Trank, yeah.
Lovely Taunton.
And yeah, I mean, what I find interesting about this spin actually as well is one of these kills is, I wouldn't say either are particularly difficult necessarily, but one of them's a lot harder than the other. I mean, the Kronstadt security for Bobby Knox is
it's
literally free, and the amputation knife is grab as well, really, in the medical bay, and it's actually even hidden from the doctor who's in, or the medic who's in there, so you can sneak through the back door.
Yeah, as long as you walk in that back door, it's not a problem at all, is it? So
should be
definitely more on the straightforward side of a Miami spin, you would say. Soviet did rip whilst trying to get Moses. He got caught by the one enforcer in there whilst trying to drop that snail.
Soviet's sticking with the martial start, so he's not worried about the trespassing disguise requirement. He's still just going to get... I think he's just planning on getting Moses and using Moses as the illegal disguise in that garage. So.
I don't know if walking up and starting the shot as Moses or does that auto lure Sierra? That could be an interesting way of getting her.
Yeah,
Hermetic the shots, use Moses to get her up there. I don't know if that's a thing, but
yeah, I can't say I've ever tested.
I'm sure
it's not often
Blunt's is an expert on.
He has all of Miami timings locked down into a spreadsheet. Yeah, he knows every scenario that can possibly happen. I think
to know if that's the thing that when that she gets whether she gets auto lured up by Moses starting the shots. I'm surprised that Soviet's not just throwing the gold brick right in the middle here. Actually, I think he is going for that this time.
Soviet's lagging on Soviet.
He might have to KO. Yeah, he might have to KO that one guy, but
I think this enforcer at the back looks like he.
Oh no! Don't. He might turn around.
He has been hit by the snail, actually, hasn't
he? I'm not sure. He had his head in his hands, but.
Oh, is that? I think that might just be. I think it's because Moses lost. So I think he actually just happened to.
Yeah.
Sort of do the.
He got away with that though.
Yeah, a very scuffed Moses grab, but hell, it worked. Buff is going to wait for Moses to leave the Kawoon garage. Bump him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the plan, but okay, so he's going for a gold brick. Okay, so this is quite similar. He's just decided to get them outside in that.
He's got all the doors closed, so no one else. I mean, there might be some people above who can hear that because he is next to a staircase, but
they're all obviously sedated, though, aren't they? So,
the people, even the people above, I think it would take them too long to get down to see him do the disguise change anyway.
Buff's already got kill number 1 down.
Yeah, as we said, kill number 2 is definitely the easier of the two. Soviet is in the Moses disguise and is heading all the way over to the podium already. I'm not sure why, because I don't think Sierra is this far over at all yet. He does have a smuggle over here, though.
Okay, so he's gone.
There must be some scissors
in there. So yeah. Scissors are one of those ones that I feel like everyone should know about, but they're really difficult to remember where they are on most maps.
Buff hasn't even used that side door we were talking about. He's just used a double trank on these guys in here. He did have those 2 trank darts that he didn't use at any point, so I'm guessing he must have those
he's not going to need those, is he? I mean, the Bobby infiltration should be pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and I don't know if he has a pistol or anything for the standard laptop.
He does, yeah. He bought a pistol in with him.
Oh yeah, of course he did, because he did some bullet panics and stuff, didn't he, at the start? So yeah, that makes sense. There is other options, obviously.
I wonder if Soviet is going to try to get Bobby and Sierra at the same time, because they meet up down in this area if she wins the race.
Yeah, did he grab the amputation knife? I don't remember seeing.
I didn't see, but he could potentially get them both here.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he did, then it's not the worst idea in the world, because it does cut out some of the travel time.
Yeah, and
obviously it's a big map to travel. So.
Yeah, and with the Kronstadt security literally following Bobby around, that
brings the disguise and the target over to him.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by this because this could cut out a lot of time here.
I think if he'd managed to get this to work first time, if this is what he's planning, then he definitely may have been on for a win here. But it might still be.
So there's Bobby.
Very close for Buff here. Buff is super close to the end of this now.
Does he walk through this area? No, but he's going to lure him in. He will get his security guard first. Okay, so Bobby just stands there, and Sierra will also walk through this area to get to the podium. This is a very interesting strat.
Yeah, it's not one I've ever seen attempted before, so I quite like this. He needs to pick that pistol up, yeah. And
I have seen Soviet going for some interesting... He once did a Sapienza strategy where he brought Franny down to him by dropping her off the roof. He does definitely come up with some crazy strats sometimes.
Yeah, but I think it's still possibly going to be...
His Sierra, this...
She is killable in the... I mean, there is a guard over there who I think is probably going to see, so he's... I'm guessing he's going to need to bring her into a different room. I don't know if he'll be able to get that kill done here.
Yeah, he could just bring her into that room, or just a quick bullet distraction.
Yeah, I mean, Buff, meanwhile, he's now obviously got the Kronstadt security. Bobby is isolated, so I think it's going to be too late anyway. Oh no, she does.
Okay, here you go.
Isolate.
Yeah, there you go. So that's that. He's already got this.
If he has the amputation, this is very close.
Yeah, I think his lack of a very close exit is going to be his downfall here. No, he doesn't have the amputation knife for the looks of things.
I was going to say, if he'd have grabbed that on his way over, then...
Yeah, I think, like you say, if he'd have done that first go and he'd got that on his way over, that could have been very close. It's a very nice double isolation that played right into the disguises there.
I am just going to let a bit of the... get all my admin stuff ready. There we go, that is Buff taking Miami. We're heading off to Segale in 5 minutes or so time.
Definitely, I would have liked to have seen Soviet strat play out there in you know, with the same time as Buffs to see what the difference is in time there.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if he'd have grabbed that amputation knife first time, and even if he didn't have the original rip, I genuinely think Soviet could have taken that, because that was it actually turned out very good indeed.
I think he might have. The amputation knife is an easy one to forget. I've seen a few people do that in tournaments, just forget that knife is over that side of the map. So yeah, that could have been a close one. Isla Segale is an interesting map.
I forgot to attack, guys. Make sure Soviet has seen that the spin has ended. Cross. Yeah, so that was closer Miami than I originally thought. I mean, if Soviet had that amputation knife, we were definitely looking at a photo finish there.
Yeah,
for sure. Thanks for reminding me about the prediction, actually, before I forget. Next one up.
Just a prediction, if you like.
It's already done. There you go. You've got 5 minutes, so you've got an extra minute into the spin. So use that however you like. But yeah, that was a very close Miami, and definitely could have been a lot closer. I mean, even Buff, I think, will probably be slightly frustrated with the fact that he didn't first time that. That's just what Buff's like. We all know this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I enjoyed that Miami. It was a reasonable spin, one very easy kill, unfortunately, in terms of disguise. But that's
something different, though.
I mean, I like that Soviet attempted something new. Yeah.
Yeah, I always like to say it's always nice to see competing strats and just to see how they go about it.
Yeah, Soviet just saying he didn't practice anything for Moses. I mean, considering he didn't practice anything for Moses, I would say that worked out pretty well indeed, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, a snail is a great fail-safe in a lot of situations. He had to KO a few people, but it worked very well. So,
yeah, especially on a map, you're going to be in for like say 4 or 5 minutes at least. I think I've started to occasionally drop the the crowbar, the usual staple of most people's stats. If you're going to be in a map for a decent amount of time, there's so many thrown KO items that you can pick up that it's almost easier just to bring a snail as a backup. You'll always find a use for it, and I think the snail is slowly becoming sort of more of just a backup item. If you have a free loadout spot,
it can get you out of
I would take that a lot of the time.
Yeah, it can definitely get you out of a sticky situation sometimes. 2 minutes to Segale. What would you want to see on Segale? I know you already know the spin, but
I do. I mean, that question can be to chat because those guys don't know.
I haven't seen the spin, so. I
mean, Soviet just saying if he remembered the knife on Miami, he could have forced a photo finish, and yeah, that I agree with though, 100%. Like,
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the exit was his only concern. I'm guessing he probably had to possibly try the speedboat key and break into that hut thing, whatever it is. But yeah, that is the one downside to that strat. Is there's no good exit nearby.
Yeah. Chat saying hoping for the starfish.
Everyone loves
always a bit of a trolly one. See, I always used to like fire for Zoe, but that's with the Molotov out. That's kind of negates that tricky area of getting her into that fire area potentially. So
yeah,
that was one of the kind of truly difficult potential spins on this.
Well, the maps where we had fire allowed, before we had the Molotov edition, were always quite interesting. But yeah, as you say, I think I'm happy to see fire unbanned across the board.
Let's have fire in knight's armor. That'll do. Let's have that.
I mean, that would be an interesting call.
You could still potentially use the Molotov for that, but
if someone does, they deserve
some sort of remote detonated Molotov.
Yeah, I mean, people have been. I think people have already realised, roughly how far away they need to sort of drop the breacher or whatever to trigger the molly. So you can do remote fire kills like this fairly easily now. It's just loadout intensive is the only thing really. But here we go. I didn't even realise the time had counted down so quick. Here we have Zoe Washington, Explosion Accident as the Custodian. Thea Washington, Viking Axe, Big Nathaniel.
Okay, so I can see Zoe being down
instantly,
very, very quickly here. Yeah, she could be down within like 20 seconds here.
Yeah,
with a Custodian start, but you do have that Blake Nathaniel micro audio lure, which they will both probably want to not miss. So actually,
they've both got that in their loadout already.
Yeah, with that. And where is the Viking Axe? Is that in the tower?
Yes, there is one in the tower
with the butler.
Which one is that? The one? I think there's two Viking Axes.
So many
there's one
in
the tower, and then there's one down by the entertainer, I believe.
Right, okay. There is so many axes on this map that I get very confused at where they all are.
I think there is a lovely website we can.
There is.
Give that a quick shout in chat. Let's have a quick look on.
Yeah, chat saying Viking Axe is close to the entertainer. That makes sense. The free entertainer.
I mean, I might be thinking of a different axe that's tower, but I can't. There's so many axes.
I'm pretty certain the one by the butler. I'm pretty certain.
Oh no, there is one in the tower as well.
Yeah, next to the butler.
We've got
there's a lot of large melee weapons on this map, certainly. So Buff has got the Blake Nathaniel lure, has Sophia down in the bathroom already. And he's gonna try and get this guy in. I'll just use the radio for this guy, but
refreshed Buff and got an advert, so we're just gonna have to miss 10 seconds of it.
I'll walk through. So he's got Buff has got everybody at once in this room. He has the bodyguard. He has Blake.
Soviet just attempted the full Blake lure, but didn't put the micro audio far enough. You have to plant that pretty much touching the wall.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I don't really know. I've never actually fully watched how that one works, but
yeah, you basically have to plant the very powerful lure. You have to plant the micro audio literally pretty much touching the wall behind the toilet in that room, because otherwise he will send up a guard like every single time.
Right.
It's a bit of it's one of those ones when you know, but if you don't know, you will just keep trying the same thing.
It's a very powerful lure for Blake. Because there's not a lot of other places that that's really easy to get him.
Buff using his snail here to take out the butler and the guard in this Viking Axe room.
Yeah, I can see what you mean there, actually. Blake just delegated there because the guard on the left just heard it as well. Soviet.
Yeah, so Buff snailed the butler and this elite guard, but he is moving them anyway. But I'm guessing that's because he doesn't want the constant panic, so he has a helicopter exit.
Yeah, I imagine that's the case.
So he will have, he'll already have kill number 1 down because he can take this axe back into that room in his elite guard where it's legal to carry.
Yeah.
He has Blake in that same bathroom, so that'll be kill number 1. And as we said, kill number 2 for Zoe is going to be very easy.
Yeah, it's almost a freebie.
As long as you can grab a custodian, which there is.
Is there a?
The easiest one, if you have tranks, you basically want the 2 that are in that room. There's a man and a woman in the near the helipad.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I think Buff has at least 1 trank, so I'm guessing we'll be.
You can always just lure that guy around the back as well by the window. Would be an easy enough.
And I didn't actually see either of these guys' loadouts fully. Has any of them got a breacher, or are they just going to use the SMG?
I didn't see a breacher.
I mean, they can if they do the MOC law. There is a propane in that room anyway, so it's probably one where they could even box everyone and just take it slightly slow.
And again, chat saying there is a free custodian in the MOC room as well.
Oh yes, of course there is. Yeah,
so
of course.
That definitely seemed like the obvious choice.
Yeah, it's been a long day already. It's only 10:20 in the morning for us here.
I'd forgotten about that one as well.
Yeah. So that makes
he's
this
one of those
even
ones,
easier.
Because you just trank him every time. I think you probably just forget what disguise he's even wearing.
Yeah, I mean, Buff has so many tranks as well, and he's still choosing to knock out 2 of these guys. Even though he literally has like three tranks at his disposal, but shouldn't make too much of a difference.
So he's not overly close, so he's got time to box these guys.
Yeah, well, he's not actually even started the look yet, so.
Oh no, of course he hasn't. Yeah. So that's
walk outside in that disguise.
Yeah,
got plenty of time.
There we go. Obviously, most people leave the custodian there as a way to stop Zoe as well.
Yeah, I mean, he might just set this up. He might just throw this on the ground and as she walks past. I mean, he will have to be careful of that. The elite guard who does walk through because sometimes they are really far apart. Other times they're
they can
stuck
be
together like glue. So he might.
Yeah, it's very hit or miss, isn't it?
But he has got plenty of box room in here, so he has to knock out the.
And you say he has a trank as well, so he could even just trank both of them if he really wanted to.
He does have.
Looks like the guard's a little bit behind.
Stagger a little bit. As long as he doesn't accidentally kill anyone here, which shouldn't do. He's going to actually hide. Yeah, I hope he would hide this, but this should be GG. I can't see this going wrong. That other body in there now is tranked.
Soviet, meanwhile, is getting the Viking axe. Does need to. I think he's trying to break the glass here.
And Buff.
He's getting a lock on.
Buff here accidentally swapped into wrong disguise, but has managed to keep himself hidden. But he had a scary moment there anyway. He'd have been better just staying as the custodian, I think, because it is still legal.
Yeah, custodian is legal on the, and everyone's panicked, so he wouldn't have enforcers, but that is, he's out.
Yeah, just as Soviet rips as well, so that is, Buff taking this 4-0.
Very smooth, Segale.
Oh, sick, GG's, Soviet, GG's, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he literally couldn't have done that much better. Actually, send the Discord tag, largely futile, and then I'll move over.
Although my Miami sucked ass, but GG's, bro.
Having to copy and paste all the right stuff. So much copying and pasting involved in being an admin, guys. So let's move on. Let's have a quick look at what that leaves us with the brackets that should have given challenge time to update. And this is, of course, console, and that was winners bracket round 2. It has updated indeed. So yeah, Buff will be advancing to winners bracket round 3, which he will face. Still got a couple of games to wait for, actually, so Buff can have a bit of a break now. Gotta wait for the Reaper 47 to face I Like Hitman, and Tino will face the winner of that game, of Tino versus whoever on to face Buff in the future. Soviet has dropped down into the lower bracket, and he will face. He already knows his opponent, actually. It's FE302, so they can get that scheduled in. That's a pretty good result for Buff. I'm sure he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's always good to start off on a win.
Yeah, and I know he's been feeling a bit down on his play at the moment, so I think he'll be happy to get a win straight out of the bag, and that'll probably give him a bit more confidence than he's had recently in his roulette play. So he definitely looked good.
Yeah, I mean,
that whole match.
Say, other than that one quick rip that he had on Miami, it wasn't it? He had a quick rip on Miami. It didn't really cost him that much time. It was just while he was trying to get those scissors. But I think other than that, he literally flawless. And then I believe he was on scale as well.
Yes,
I think he had a restart.
Scale was the first go. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good performance from Buff. And not much else to say, honestly. Just absolutely great stuff. That's not even to take anything away from Soviet either. To honest, he just had a few rips at like really inconvenient times. Miami being the key one. Yeah, that one rip just cost him so much.
Yeah, and he showed us an interesting and different strat for Miami as well, which is always cool. Yeah, kind of spin specific, I would say, but
yeah, I think he did say that in chat. He said it might not be the best overall, but it does have its uses, and that would have been one of them. He just couldn't get it working in that first attempt. I think the Moses threw him off slightly, to be honest. If it was perhaps any other disguise from the garage or anything like that, it would have been fine, but. Yeah, I mean, it's good to know anyway, and I hope some people can learn from that. And yeah, guys, I'll pay out that prediction right now. It was 100% Buff, so you basically all got your own money back, but there we go. Just have a quick look at our upcoming games as well. Meanwhile, just say how good that Stinger is yet again. Shout out to, I assume, Gunther, and also Hans for the stuff. Let's see what we got. We have Currymaker versus Gordinaroy. That is at 2 PM CEST, casted by the honey-voiced man himself, Barb. We have Mike versus Observer, which is at 4 PM CEST, which is currently set as in for fun. I'm not sure if he's 100% on that yet, but it does look likely. We have that game I mentioned before, Reaper 47 versus I Like Hitman, which is going to feature another Ambrose Island. Will we see our record broken? I mean, you know, the record so far is TK. Played it first. Good to see another one there. That is 5 PM CEST, which is also going to be casted by Barb. We have Some Random Person versus Frivolous at 7 CEST. Lewis v 420, that's 9 CEST. Also at 9 CEST, actually, we have Danny versus Red Fox. And that rounds us up for today, so we've still got a busy day today, and then see that one game from Monday as of yet, which is 8 PM CST between Osh and Mikulas. So, a busy Sunday, and yeah, a lot of action to come, some very sort of potential big games, and yeah, I'm looking forward to all this. Bring on the action, that's all I've got to say.
Yeah, an exciting day.
Exciting, a long day for the admin and casting team, sure.
Yeah.
But we all love to see it. So, yeah, I'm assuming you've got no more rounding thoughts. We did a bit of that already, so I'll just say thank you very much for joining me, dude. Much appreciated, as always. I can't thank an admin because that was me, and I'm not quite that egotistical. But
thanks to the admin.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, and yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll all see you hopefully at what is that game? Is it in about 3.5 hours time? On Bob's channel between Curry and Gordy. I'm sure it'll be a good one. For now, I'm going to send everyone over to Buff. He's going to carry on streaming after that match. So we'll catch you guys later.